All right, so today we are making some awesome spicy Greek wings. Yes, some Greek wings. They're going to be super delicious, and if you can't take heat, you can definitely take it out, and this one is going to be damn good. So tune in, people, because this one is awesome. All right, so we're talking wings today. These are gonna be so damn good. I'm talking about some Greek souvlaki style wings with an awesome sauce. Yes, an awesome sauce that's gonna go with it. You probably know what it's gonna be. Yeah, it's tzatziki sauce. And I'm gonna be making mine spicy because I like some spice with my wings and spice with pretty much everything else. And you can do whatever you want. Do what your heart desires. But without further ado, people, let's make this shit. Stay tuned. All right, and if you know, you know. So I usually go with a lot of garlic. So I've got 4 garlic cloves here, and I'm using a tablespoon of salt and pepper here, freshly ground. And then we're gonna get some red wine vinegar here, about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of that. And then we're gonna move forward with some more ingredients. That's some thyme. So with the thyme leaves, we're gonna use about a teaspoon of thyme leaves. Yep, just a teaspoon. And the same for some oregano. If you have Mexican oregano, go with that. And then a tablespoon of some smoked paprika. That's gonna make it real good. And then we're gonna juice a lemon, drop that in there. And yeah, it's gonna be so damn good. This is so awesome. So this marinade, we also need to zest that lemon. And yeah, go ahead and zest just half of it, just a little bit there, and then add in some olive oil too, or avocado oil. Avocado oil is what I'm using here. It is a good base for that. And then I am gonna drop in that habanero for some heat and give it a nice blend. You don't have to use it, but do what you want, people. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to our batter. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop in 2 eggs and gonna go ahead and whisk those up. And yeah, get them nice and whisked up because we're gonna start working on this batter. All right, then into those eggs, we're gonna go ahead and drop in some salt and pepper, freshly ground, about a tablespoon of each. And it's really important that you use kosher salt. You know, don't use table salt. That's for finishing. Then we're gonna go ahead and drop in some heavy whipping cream, about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of that, and give it a nice mix as well. Get it nice and emulsified. And also we want to go ahead and drop in some smoked paprika. Drop in that. That's gonna be about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of that. And then we're gonna go ahead and come through with just a little bit of flour. I would say about 2 to 3 tablespoons. Give it a nice mix. We want this to be nice and mucky, kind of like a glue. That's what we're looking for here. Then on the other side, we're gonna have some flour here. This is about half a cup to a cup of flour. We're gonna drop in some black pepper here. We're gonna go ahead and drop in some kosher salt as well, about a tablespoon of each. Give it a nice mix. So that's a 1/4 cup to a half a cup of flour with that nice mixture of salt and pepper. And then we're gonna go ahead and start dunking our wings into the wet brine and then into the dry brine there, and coat it really well. Watch your hands, make sure you have a wet hand and a dry hand. And yeah, there we are. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the oil as soon as possible here, but honestly, this is really easy to make. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the tzatziki sauce, which is gonna be about a 1/4 cup to half a cup of Greek yogurt plain. And yes, we want the fat in that Greek yogurt. And then we're gonna go ahead and come through with some salt and pepper, freshly ground every time, and some avocado oil. Also here, you can use olive oil, that's perfectly fine. And then we're gonna go ahead and zest up, you know, I would say mince up about 7 cloves of garlic here. And get that in there, and we're gonna go ahead and add in some cucumber as well. So take a cucumber and go ahead and zest that in there too with your microplaner, get it nice and fine in there. If you don't have a microplaner, you can just use a simple grater. That's perfectly fine. And then the juice of 1 to maybe half a lemon. So half a lemon to 1 lemon. Get that in there and give it a nice mix. And you can add some dill as well, like I did right there. About, I would say, 2 tablespoons of dill, and give it a nice mix. And that's your tzatziki sauce. Super easy. Don't have to pay for it, and it'll taste better. Now back to our wings, into some peanut oil that is heating on medium to high heat. I'm going to go ahead and fry those, take them out as I can, and it's going to be in batches. Be really safe, people. Make sure your levels aren't too high. And after that, we're going to start tossing these wings, but we're going to be careful with this. So to our wing sauce that we made earlier, I'm going to add in some melted butter, about 1/4 cup. Mix that up really well. Make sure it's nice and emulsified. So it'll take a little bit, maybe about 2 minutes of mixing with a nice fork, and then it'll get nice and creamy. The sauce won't be broken. You don't want broken sauce. And then we're going to go ahead and drop that into the bottom of a bowl that we are going to add our wings to. So put it at the bottom first. This is really, really crucial. It'll help you out. And then drop in our wings. And then once we've dropped in our wings, we're going to go ahead and add the sauce to the top of the wings and give it a nice, gentle mix. If you have a big enough bowl where you can toss, don't worry, go bold, do that. But that's what we're doing right here, right now. All right, and then after that, we're gonna go ahead and start plating. So at the bottom of our plate, we're gonna add in our sauce. And honestly, I chose the wrong plate, but go ahead and give it a nice swirl, a nice bed that the wings can sit on. Drop in our wings there. And honestly, people, this one was so damn good, but we'll get to that soon. So drop in our wings, and of course, we're gonna add the tzatziki sauce. But I have to mention that you need to get some feta crumbles and crumble it across the top of the wings. That makes it the piece de resistance for the wonderful Greek wings. And there we are, people. There's a tzatziki sauce, a little bit of curly parsley, and this one was awesome. All right, and we are done. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this. It looks so damn good. Messed up with the plate. I think I should use my blue plate, but whatever. And we'll see how it goes. Get a piece. Here we are. No sauce. That is damn good. And the heat isn't so crazy because of the butter, but wow. That is good. Man, you can taste that. It's almost like you should wrap it in a pita right now with how this tastes. This is so damn good. I gotta say, people, I'm gonna eat this, and yeah, cheers. I'm out.